YouTube faithful and Nerd Nation? This is Lucius Prime coming at you with yet another Transformers toy review. And this one, I know I say this about all of them, but that doesn't make it any less true. Excuse me for that. But this is actually a very special one because today, Sunday, March 31st, 2019, something else very special happened 31 years ago today. Haven't guessed what it is yet? Today is my 31st birthday, so yay me. Anyways, this one is, as you can tell from the intro, about Transformers Dark of the Moon Voyager class Sentinel Prime, where I decided to do my review on him as soon as I got him because he was a birthday gift. Anyways, let's get right to it, shall we? And here we have Transformers Dark of the Moon Voyager class Sentinel Prime with MechTech technology. MechTech applying to his weapon, as you can see here, his cosmic rust cannon. But in his vehicle mode, all you got to do is twist this little knob right here. Give me a moment. And it turns into the water cannon for his alt mode. Let's go ahead and remove that real quick, shall we? Alright, now that we've got his cannon removed and off to the side, let's take a good look at him real quick. Starting off with the head sculpt. I mean, very movie accurate, very pleasing to the eye. And of course, like with many other Transformers, showing off one of my favorite features, light piping. Not that it's going to work really well. There we go. Ha, got it that time. Which a lot of Transformers toy fans, and a lot of Transformers fans in general, have come to love and expect light piping, even though not all figures have light piping. But light piping is very essential these days because, well, it kind of gives a sense of life to them. But focusing more on the head sculpt a little bit more, I mean, it's actually very reminiscent of Optimus Prime as well. Just with a few minor differences to make him, Sentinel Prime, not Optimus Prime. As you can see on his chest, that's supposed to basically be what the, part of the cab from his vehicle mode. But we'll get into that a little bit later on, I mean. Really not a lot of kibble that's in the way. I mean, you see his wheels and everything right there. Love the fact that his forward wheels are tucked nicely right into there, out of the way, and just add into the shape of his body. The only real kibble that a lot of people might have to complain about this one, and it goes with the character though, is the kibble on his back. Which is supposed to be basically his cape, if you remember from the movie and everything. Although this one's not really shaped the way it was in the movie. That's going to be more of the leader class, which I didn't really want the leader class. I'm perfectly happy with the Voyager class here. I mean, the burgundy and gray coloration to him is very pleasing to the eye. He's got, a good bit of articulation. I mean, in his arms, they go up, down, forward, back, side to side, all that. Got a nice little wrist swivel, even though it's a very tight swivel. Can bend at the knees, has a little bit of articulation at the ankles, but the feet are kind of small, and he's honestly not too stable of a character to stand on his own in robot mode. That's why I'm constantly hanging on to him right now. And I'm going to do something slightly different with him than I have any of the other Transformer figures I've done yet. But you'll see why in a moment, because there is one specific detail I need to get to. So for now, let me go ahead and take a moment to transform him, and we'll do the other half of the review. And here we have him in his vehicle mode, Sentinel Prime. The one detail I absolutely had to point out was right here, the Autobot symbol that was on his vehicle mode, because, spoiler alerts, he turns on the Autobots in the movie. Not necessarily a Decepticon, but not necessarily an Autobot, but because of that, his Autobot symbol is scratched out, and it's like that on both sides. Now, despite not having rubber wheels, he rolls quite nicely. And there's not really a lot of kibble. I mean, you can see some kibble inside the cab right there. But one thing I really had to show out, and that's the only thing I don't like about it, is his chest piece in his vehicle mode. That's the worst kind of kibble right there, because you can still see it whenever you're looking at a profile view of it on both, on both sides. But luckily, it doesn't interfere with its rollability as a vehicle. Now, honestly, Sentinel Prime here is a fire truck, but a lot of people would be looking at this and be like, I've never seen a fire truck like that before. That is because it is a Rosenbauer 6x6 military-style fire engine. I mean, very pleasing aesthetically. I actually kind of like his vehicle mode better than his robot mode. You see he's got the light bar on top and everything like that. And the only gimmick that he has, and I'm actually fine with it, is the mech tech weapon for his water cannon turning into his rust cannon. Now, the thing about mech tech, for those of you that didn't really get many of the toys when they first came out, is they are designed to interlink with one another to make new weapon combinations. I wish I had a few more to actually show you, but sadly I do not. That may or may not change in the future. I'm not sure yet. Well, anyways, I mean, there's not really anything else I have to say about Sentinel Prime. He's got a little bit of paint chipping right here in the back, but, I'm fine with that. He's okay. I mean, he's kind of, he's seen a lot. But he's definitely a very unique figure. The only other Sentinel Prime that I'm aware of, well, I know there's probably way more than that, but the only other one that I've seen was from Transformers Animated, where he was a snow plow, and I'm not overly fond of that. But I guess for now, that's all. And as always, I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as I have. As always, thank you all for tuning in for another one of my Transformers toy reviews. I hope you enjoy this figure as much as I do. And I hope he's a piece that you would actually consider adding into your collection as well. Because if not for the robot mode, but for the vehicle mode. Because again, he's very pleasing. The leader class has got so much more to it, but he was quite expensive. I really didn't feel like trying to get him, at least not at the moment. Who knows, maybe I'll come into some money someday and then have like my ultimate Transformers collection, but even then, I'm not that interested in leader class. I'm perfectly fine with Voyager class. Well, anyways, this has been Lucius Prime with another Transformers toy review, and I will have more for you before too long. Until then, till all are one.